All right, what's happening, y'all? Listen, do not date single women or do not date single parents if you do not have kids, okay? Now, there are exceptions to the rule, just like everything, but unless the kid is amazingly cool, unless the dad or mom isn't involved, or they just have such an amazing parenting working relationship, it is just going to be drama. Especially if you don't have kids, you don't relate to this person at all. You're gonna be number 4 on their list, right? Usually when you date somebody, you're either number 1 or you're number 2. Either they put you before themselves or they put themselves and then you, which either or is totally fine. It's totally acceptable. But now, when you're dating somebody with kids, it goes the kid first, then probably their ex that they have to put a lot of time in, whether managing them or they're trying to take away the kid or they're trying to fight for custody or court or something. That's going to be on their mind more than you. And then comes themselves, then comes you. You're like number 4, right? Just don't do it. There's no reason for it, right? I mean, it may be cool, you know, the kid's young and a little kid and coming around and saying, you know, stepdad or stepmom or, you know, whatever your name is, and super fun, super cool, and the families are, and you feel good about yourself. But then it just starts to leak into everything. And then they expect you to step up. But yet, if you don't want to step up, then you're kind of looked at as like bad, not really being a partner. And then when you're annoyed, it's like, okay, well, you're not being a partner because this is me and you know this is a deal package. So then it's your fault again. It never ends. Do not do it. It is the worst decision you could make, especially if you're a single person. Like, I understand maybe in your 40s, you know, things happen, people get older, you don't want to be dating somebody, you know, 10, 15 years younger than you. It's just not the way it is. And most people, by the time they're 40, you know, have kids. So that's all well and dandy. But if you're in your 30s, if you're in your 20s, do not, I repeat, do not date someone with kids. It is not a thing. It is not a thing. You are just going to have a whole lot of heartache and drama and bullshit to put up with. And at the end of the day, the kid is never going to love you, right? They're never going to love you like a parent. They're just never going to. They're always going to love their dad or their mom more. Just more. The mom couldn't even be in the picture. Dad's not even in the picture. But they will always want mom and dad. Again, exceptions to the rule. But you can't. And it's not even their kids. It's not even the kid's fault. Like, you can't even fault the kid. You just really have to kind of look at yourself and say, okay, well, I put myself in that predicament, you know, and I was thinking it was going to be this way when it just can't be. You know, I'd like, you know, the sky to be purple tomorrow, you know, or right now. There's things that just, it can't happen. And just accepting the fact that these things are what they are and just moving on with yourself. But good God, mixed families, I mean, look up statistics, never work. This person probably that you're dating, you know, I mean, had a kid with somebody else. Now that person is going to be with and stuck with that ex forever and ever. They are going to have their ex with them forever and ever. And if you're single and you don't have an ex, maybe you have a crazy ex, but you don't have them attached to you like you would if you had a kid with somebody. It's just not a thing. Just please save yourself all the drama, all the heartache. Would be a million times easier just dealing with somebody just without a kid. And not only that, I mean, let's be real, you're dating somebody, especially a single mom. I mean, her body's gonna be, you know, not what it is. She had a kid, you know, you're gonna have the stretch marks, you're gonna have all that, and you can get hate from me. I'm just saying those stretch marks are now from somebody else. it's almost like having somebody else's name tattooed on you. You're gonna see it all the time. It's like, well, that's that other person's, that's that other person's, that's that other person's. It's not yours. Now, if it were to be, excuse me, all this shaking, if it were to be yours, and fine, like, she sacrificed her body for me, like, I will give anything for this person because she's bearing my children. Like, I can't do that. She can. But just always seeing the mark of another dude or another dude's baby, like, always on your girl is just like, it's gross. This is, I mean, let's just call it what it is. Single moms aren't there. I'm sure some of them are a lot of fun. I'm sure there are a million sweethearts out there that have single kids or whatever, or single parents, you know, that's fine and dandy. But it's just gonna be super, super rough. And dating life isn't easy, and so I get it. You want to latch on to somebody else, but good God, is it difficult. I mean, I just can't speak enough about it. It's horrible. It's a horrible decision. Don't put yourself through that. And especially, like, you're going to love this kid. The kid just cannot comprehend how much work that you are putting into it. Cannot comprehend. Cannot at all comprehend until they get to your age. Look back and be like, damn, this person was in my life for X amount of years and I wasn't really all that nice, and, you know, I was kind of a little asshole as a kid, and yada yada. It's just, they can't comprehend it. There's so many things that you want being somebody that doesn't have kids, and it just goes on and on and on, and every day, and you're trying to be there, and you're trying to be there. Now, I will say this. I know that we're about 7 minutes in. I will say, if she is, or he is, hitting all of it, is knocking the relationship out of the park, if they are knocking the relationship out of the park, right? They're able to communicate. It's not toxic. Every time you try to bring anything up, they're not defending themselves, because that is so fucking toxic. And that eventually builds resentment. If you guys are having, you know, hanky-panky time, you know, and everything's good, yeah, then maybe you could get away with the you know, the kid. But dude, if the relationship isn't there, plus you're dealing with a kid, get the fuck out. Get out. Save yourself the fucking heartache. It's not worth it. I don't care how good the person is. Like, if they're not knocking that relationship out of the park, and you're telling them your needs, and your needs still aren't met, and you have to deal with their kid, fuck that. Get the fuck out of here. So just good luck to you. Holla.